All right. I think I got it fixed. What a little nightmare that was. I had to delete a bunch of stuff and then type in a bunch of stuff. But I think we're down to the normal 2 to 4 second delay for most people. I hope that is what's happening for everybody. Anyway, let me do my intro again for this to become, after it's edited, to become an actual video that's safe for me. So we'll put this on. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So today we're going to be doing a live trading session, trading the strike and recoil strategy. We'll be going over the bias of the market in just a minute, some of the news that we're dealing with, and then start trading. I see I've lost other stuff too I needed here. We've been having a little technical difficulty here, but make sure that you remember I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Make sure you read that. We're going to get right into live trading in just a second. There we are now. Is everything working? I think so, guys. Jeez, what a little debacle that was. So some of you may have heard me talk about this if you saw the other stream, which I just had to delete. That I do have a layout over here on the right side that's kind of separate from the other layout, where the bigger chart that I'll be trading on. But it shows, you know, how much money per trade. It shows the level 2. It has a 15-minute chart right here, and then a 5-minute 10-day and a 5-minute 2-day minimized down here. Everything just compacted I would have. Oops, let me do that. Compacted I would have on a normal layout. Then over here, of course, I have the news. Actually, let me make that a little bit bigger. I have the news, and I realize I don't have the clock up and stuff. It's just been a little bit of a nightmare here. And then a day chart that's minimized down here. So the market, to catch up on what we should be already, the market, everything is going down based on the news about the war, what's going on with the war. So I am holding all of my swings and not concerned. I can hold into them because none of them are using margined money, so on my various accounts. So I do that, so it's enabling me to hold them without paying interest, and also in case I'm using a lot of it, because you know it'll only give you 2 times instead of 4 times overnight. So learning that lesson the hard way, and actually if you remember Alan, I showed you he got a margin call, and I showed you what that looked like. And it's not like that's a rare thing. I mean, that happens to people. Not everybody can be right with their trades, right? So they take a chance, and you know, that stuff happens. So I'm looking at Benzinga news right now overall. So what's hit the scanners this morning? This is the consolidation scanner that's been coded, and we don't have a lot: Nvidia, Intel, Palantir, Tesla, Netflix, Amazon, and Apple. So I'll be watching the opening price and then the current price, you know, and then I'll look to see how much they've changed to try to help pick a bias. It seems like the market's going down right now. It had a big bump up yesterday afternoon, and it looked like, hey, all my swings are going to be picked up because I have some pretty higher positions on Nvidia and MU right now. And I also have AMD swing right at around 200. So I think that's an incredibly low price for AMD, what I got it at. And let's see, what is it at right now? 190, yeah. So I may add to that if that goes down any lower, so I can get, like, especially if it goes down to like 180, so I can pick it up at like 190, my price. I made, if you were watching a week or two ago, I made like 30K on that one stock in just one swing trade, as it did that big bounce up when it heard from that Meta was partnering with it, and it went up like $20 in a split second, and it picked up. I had my trade just there ready to pick up, which normally I don't do, but it wasn't that. I mean, it was a lot of shares, but I went ahead and did it anyway. And our other one here, the other one I've coded in, this one is the 50K per minute scanner. So it has to have 50K minimum per minute, 1 minute candle, so that there are trading opportunities. So this is what came, as well as being an ATR of over $1.50, which is no problem, and price between $25 and $200. So you'll see some different opportunities here. And we don't normally go this deep because, you know, we're trading strike and recoil, sort of the tortoise way of trading, which is we're just looking for slow moving stocks that are moving within a range. We try to find the ceiling, we try to find the floor. So I may do an opening trade this morning, which I always advise you do not do. It's so risky, just like at the end of the market. Don't trade it unless you really have the stomach for it and you have the funds to lose, because it's just an exhilarating way that I like to trade in the morning. And sometimes it goes for me and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, I'll be looking for a potential one. Often I don't trade if it doesn't, because I'll just grab one. I'll look at the levels I'm interested in. I usually only go long on the opening trades. So I look for a dip area. But since everything's going down, I don't know if people are just going to, if they're going to start buying for profit or they're just going to panic. You know, so it's just kind of, it's, again, this is just, I don't think there's no reason these stocks should go down in value. I mean, obviously, our economy could be affected. So are people getting out? Are they just holding their cash? That's what's happening, I think. They're just pulling their cash out. The SPY is way down to 673 from way up at 686 yesterday, I think. So that's way down. And then the QQ, I don't know, did I just say way up? It's way down. And then the QQQ is way down to 594. So yeah, things are just had a huge drop overnight. A lot of people made money on the shorts there. And I think a lot of institutions are starting to buy or will be buying very soon. So there could be some real buying here. And that's what I'm going to look for on this dip, because I think the drop is pretty emotional. So in 13 minutes, we'll find out. And I'm going to try to figure out, I'm not going to list all the stocks buys, because every single one I looked at, every single one was short bias. So all these on my typical large cap movers, every single one said the bias was to go short, everyone. So I don't have to read them individually. That's for you guys. So, I did go on yesterday afternoon. I didn't stream it. I zoomed it, and I got that strike and recoil up to 350 for the day. So that was a good starting day for the month to try to make that mortgage payment of $2,200 at the end of the month. For everybody, we're going for a mortgage payment this month. So just a slow, steady, every month, make thousands of dollars. You know, $1,500, $2,000, $5,000. It adds up, guys. At the end of the year, you'll like double your account size, and it's a real way to slowly raise your share size. And one of the things that you have to remember, of course, is that if you're nervous, you know, holding a trade, if you're getting nervous, that's a lack of confidence that you're feeling, and that's because you can't afford to lose this trade. When you feel like you absolutely can't afford, not just like I don't want to lose, obviously we never want that to happen, but I mean like it's too big to fail, whether it be $50 or $500, it's too much for you. You know, if you start to feel that way, then your share size is too high. And also, you should just stop trading for the day. You know, unless you go down to like one share or something and try to get back your mojo. But I mean, don't push it. You know, don't push it. When we try to force these trades, you've seen me, I force the trades. I often will lose because it's not there. It's not being called out for me, but I'm trying to force little tiny moves. And of course, that's what the scalp and recoil is. But if it consistently goes against me, I've lost my mojo. I'm just like, get out. So my worst trade yesterday was at the opening. It was only $80 down. It was a bad way to start. So I had to dig out of that. and you guys saw me, dig out of it and get over the goal for the day that we were going for, which wasn't much. And then I came back because I was annoyed at myself, which is a bad reason to come back. But and I just went to Tesla and I traded market and I added like $300 or $250 or whatever it was. So I did not trade the last 15 minutes of the market. Now, I talked to you about that trick to do that. But let's look at some of these other ones here. I'm going to look at Tesla this morning so you can see where I was marking my levels yesterday. That's a 15-minute. Let's open up this. Why aren't these showing on this? Oh, there they are. Okay, that's why. Because it's dropped so low. So here's where I was kind of trading yesterday afternoon in this area. Came back in. Look at it. If I had done that trick, look how much money I could have made there. So it went way up, and now we are at an amazing price for Tesla. Amazing. Just insane. Now they're saying this could get, within a matter of a year, over $2,000 because of what's going on in his world. Now, that might be a little ridiculous, but to me, all the bad news about Tesla's gone. And this just seems like an amazing price to me. Let's clear the drawing set. So you're going to see me look to this to go long biased. In fact, I might do it at the opening. This might be the one I go for because I don't think it will go as the way of everything else. But everything else is probably going to go up too. That's kind of the way I feel, even though it says short, 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 short. I feel like people are going to buy these dips. Take a look at AMD here. So I did mark the fib. Now, when you have big moves like this, the fibs kind of are useless, in my opinion. The short-term fibs are just useless. So I'm going to keep the way they were marked. Oh, that's where I actually had my price. That's a day number right there that it broke right through. God, look what a deal this is. This is an incredible deal. People might jump on this at the open too and buy it. Just depends on if we're going to see this emotional selling of people just wanting to hold on to the cash, which is, the people that this is when you can make the big money, guys. This is when you make the big money. Everybody is scared, and then the professionals buy in, and you don't wait for the bottom. You scale in. Again, this is just the way I've seen in the traders that I'm around for so many decades now, how this is handled and how this is a repeated thing over and over and over again. It shakes out a lot of the retail traders, which they're saying now is like 25% of all traders are now the retails of all share size that goes in and out is all like retail traders now. So they had said 10 million, and of course once this PDT thing happens. It didn't happen already, right? No, okay. We should expect, let me just check on something here. I'm on one of my other screens with those of you that aren't used to seeing this. Let me look around. Yeah, okay. I was just double checking that the PDT didn't slip in on me here, and it did not. That would have been big news, obviously, but I don't have Charlie with me this morning, so I turned over and looked at Zoom like I'm seeing. I don't have my headphones in either, like they're trying to tell me. It wasn't a definitive answer with a bunch of hand waving. 6 minutes, 5.5 minutes away, thinking about two potential stocks that I think are a serious buy right now, Tesla and AMD. Let's look at Apple. Yeah, see, Apple probably is already recovered, right? Did they even? Yeah, that went down some from yesterday, 66. It's really not that big of a It actually went up yesterday, right? So it just came back down to where it was. So we shouldn't expect any. This might be a good one to grind for the strike and recoil. It did hit the scanners. And you've got all these others, you know, pharmaceutical companies. This is the metals company, but if I recall, our volume wasn't enough on this. We'll see when it opens, but I don't think we get enough volume per 1 minute candle for this stock to even think about trading it, but we'll see. We want to have at least over 50K per 1 minute so that we can get that opportunity. When it strikes up, we go the opposite way. We trade the recoil, we get out. Strikes down, we trade the recoil, you know, up and get out. And it's just that quick. If it takes too long to recoil, you're no longer doing the recoil strategy. You're just doing a scalp. And, you know, maybe data is calling for you to hold that, and that's fine. You know, we'll see. So let me do another quick entry here, guys. Good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. Today, we're going to be trading the strike and recoil strategy, it live with a bunch of people on streaming YouTube and on Zoom. And we're going to see how we do. We just have a small goal, about 100 to 150 a day. We are trading for an average mortgage for the month, which is $2,200. That's our only goal. If we make more, that's great. But pressure's off. We are trading like the tortoise. I am doing all my trades on Thinkorswim. Remember, I am not a licensed financial advisor. You should always seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to follow me or anybody on YouTube, before you trade with real money. All right, so we're just about to get into it here. We are 3 minutes away. We were talking about that the entire market is down right now. I will be trading multiple sessions today. I do want to see how, I'm not going to mess with this chart. What am I doing? I'm going to head back to Tesla for the open, guys. That's what I'm going to look at. Very, very risky. Remember what I said. You probably should not trade this unless you have the stomach for it, and then you can afford to lose. So we're going to go down to just 50 shares. I have kept the ask and the bid on here. There's a pretty big spread, but depending on how the price action looks, I may just do market to make sure I get picked up quickly. But this is particularly risky today in this very volatile market with the war going on here. So let me get this straightened out here. So I do have a duplicate chart here. This is set up for like a 1 minute recording for YouTube Shorts. So this may or may not be used, but I've set it up so it can be used that way. Interesting, it's already gaining quite a bit. It's gone up over $1 here in just the last minute. There's our VWAP. Now remember, I just did a video about that. I recommend you watch it. This is where the bulk of the capital is. A lot of people look at that like it's just the volume, but the volume, I mean, that it's just that where the price action should be, you know, like, but this is the bulk of the capital. So you want to look at the way, if the volume sends something up and this doesn't go up with it, then, you know, look for a possible rebound, you know, for that. Now, all the half and whole dollar lines are about to populate along with the multiple ATR levels, which is half the ATR up and down, the RV strategy from Day Trading Volume 1, and then the whole ATR up and down, which is basically the right down here. You go over any candle and you can see like the average ATR is 14. It has labels up here. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the 1 minute chart. We're 45 seconds away. And I may or may not take a trade here. We're more looking for 15 minutes into the market or so, or anytime stocks try to, you know, start to consolidate between a ceiling and a floor, we're going to try to catch that action. It's a weird day today because of how the market went down overnight everywhere, led by the tech, the QQQ. But everything went down and everything was short biased this morning. So going long might be counterintuitive, but, you know, every second, every minute is a new time in the market, and we try to, with data, we try to capitalize on that. And here we go, guys. 2 seconds. There's my half and whole dollar filling in. 94. I'm actually going to lower my share size so I have a chance to add. Wow. I'm going to go for it. Took so long to fill me there. Interesting. So I got in at, I hate it that the way they do so many decimals like that means that I didn't go through their dark pool, which angers me. So I got out for 15 bucks there. Oh, I have the sound turned off here. Ugh, God, I can't do that. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right back with the full screen. My personal information is going to pop up that I don't want to see it popped up. So okay, sorry about that. My sound is back on, as you can hear. And I missed a couple of trades there. But now we're, my big opening trade was 15 bucks. All right. It wasn't negative 200. So that's where I should be cheering. Let's see here. There was a couple opportunities there when I was messing with my volume. Yesterday I had so many technical difficulties, as you guys, because I started with this new layout. So it was... 1 minute charts up here too. I'll try to call it more over here as I see it. You can see the market magnet turned it right around there, guys. Now it's early for the market magnet, but that is the average price volume, the average price volume right there. And the magnet just went up, boom. So people want to go long here. See it go up. Wow. Missed that move. Let's see if I can catch a dip here. We've got really low share size here. We're going to wait for something to grind soon here. What's happening overall? Flat on NVIDIA. Palantir's up $4. That would make sense, of course. AMD went up $1. MU is down another $6. Oh, my God. My swing on that is absolutely killing me. The SPY is flat. QQQ is up $1. Apple is $1 down. Oh my God, it hit the ATR low. Okay, so this is kind of what I thought might happen here. Question is do I really want to chase this? Or is it about to, it should drop off this ATR. There it goes. How strong will the drop be? You want to get your ATR levels marked, guys, because they consistently are accurate. That's half of the overall expected move that this stock should make. Yeah, I'm going to go in here. Looking at the level 2, that looks like a move for me, so I went for it. I'm going to go out on ask. If it's bumping up quickly, then it will get picked up, is the way I see it. So, oh, well, that's not good. There you go. Back to the ATR. Back to the ATR. Oh, it froze. Oh, I hate it when it freezes. This is so much volume, and we're so close to the open that you're getting some hard for the platform to keep up. Was that it? Is the ATR gonna? Is this going to be my bad trade? Ah, there it goes. All right, so I need this to turn around. I'm not going to add to this. because this could just flush. There's the 200 moving average down there, guys. That would be another spot that it would go the opposite direction. Wow, so it's becoming a pretty bad trade for me here. So I'm 28 bucks down, 24 bucks down for the day because I did have that good trade. So it's nothing to write home about. It's like that line from Dances with Wolves after the guy, they find the bodies with the arrows in it and stuff, and the guy goes like, the mom's back home saying, why don't he write? I love that line, the way it was delivered. That was great. Because he's too depressed. He just lost $30 on Tesla. That's why he don't write. Oh. So, can we go back up and make me money again? Or are we going to be stuck down here dropping? Not a good sign. Not a good sign. Started out good, and now it's coming, it's fading. What do we have overall? Oh, yeah. Stuff's starting to fade. Not real strong, though. Actually, the QQQ's up. Just a buck. MU finally turned back around and is going up. I'm watching that a lot because of the swing I have in it, obviously. Now, these are all half and whole dollars, and that is the bottom of the market magnet, and it is giving it support. That is the RSI, that arrow coming up. It's a great indicator telling you it's oversold, and it should go the other direction. It makes it real simple for prop firms. That's why it's designed for new traders to just say, don't try to figure it out. Just look at the arrow, you know. And it's just one of many things you want to watch. When you're trading. And then your targets are here. My target down is 87 cents. Up is 57 cents. So if I was going short, that's my target. But since I'm going long, this is kind of a painful trade right now. So very early in the day, I just don't want to get too big of a hole to dig too deep of a hole to get out of this. So I'm holding in this, but I'm not adding share size just because I'm worried it might have a big flush. So we're just going to wait it out a minute. I have my volume on another chart if you're watching this chart that's telling me, and I use the Scalp Pro meter. Here we go. It's turning around a little bit. Okay, let's see here, guys. I did that so I could get a better look at the Scalp Pro meter over here. And we did have, it was lower volume, but it was at the top for buyers. Here we go. Let's make some money, guys. Let's do it. Let's take off. We're going to make some money. We're going to go right back up to this ATR. That's my prediction. I'm sticking with it. Let's do it. Taking too long. If it keeps holding here, the 93, I may add to it. So went up to 90. So it went up a whole $1. So if I added it at 93 even, then I would be down to just above 94 and a possibility of being picked up. Big picture here. It's a 15-minute chart. This is a 5-minute chart right here. Kind of want to see a bit of a retracement up here. Now here comes market magnet coming in across here, as you can see it. That's going to pull it down if the magnet goes down, so that's not good news since I'm on a long trade. And there it goes. It's like clockwork. That's short term. You can just see it's an amazing indicator. That's based on the volume profile. It's just tweaked settings. Okay, so I have to make a decision here. This could be the drop-off for a much larger drop-off. So I don't know if I really want to ride this down. I'm looking at my day here and thinking I don't really want to get past like $75 down right now on this one stock. And this will be something I might come back and trade as it grinds, but right now I'm playing just a long position and it's not giving it to me. You can see the sellers climbing on the volume. If you have the scalp pro meter, you can see that inside the candles how the sellers are climbing with the volume. So it's just generally bad news here to hold this on a long position. So remember, guys, trade to your max loss, and you're always safe that way. Every minute there's another trade opportunity. Every second, really, there's another trade opportunity. So just don't hold something. Just get back, make your money back. If it's going against you, just if you hit your max loss, get out. And then, it looks like I'm about to do. And yeah, if it breaks the 92, I'm out. So it just did. So I'm just going to get out of that trade. So that's too bad. So that was another kit. I recall saying that a few times. That was a bad trade. So let me do something here. So it started me off not too great. So I do have it here. I have both of these here. They're just not fitting inside here for some reason. So let me see if I can, we'll get rid of this. Let's see if I can get this to fit with the Scalp Pro here. Still not fitting, huh? All right, let's try this a little lower here. And we'll pull these both down so we can get the Scalp Pro. Still not showing, huh? Wow. I'm still messing with this layout. There it is. These little, I can still see the overall direction on the 5-minute and the 15-minute very easily here. So, okay. Did it find its bottom right after I got out? The bottom is the professor's exit position. Now we can see that Scalp Pro right there. Look at the volume of this. Thank God. So, yeah, it's just fading. Now, that's the 200. I mean, really, this should be solid support. If it actually goes there, I might go for a long. That's 91.22 and hurt myself more if it keeps dropping. But it really should be a rebound down there. People might be jumping on it ahead of time here to 91.50. We're getting some grinding here. Is this enough for a recoil? Let's see. Yeah, it's 10 to 12 cents. Wow, huh? Keeps hitting the 50 cent and turning around. These half and whole dollars, very emotional, very well respected stuff you should always watch. That's why I have them here. You can get the whole indicator at the $1 Million Margin Club, but you can just draw them yourself too if you want to. It's just faster if you switch stocks. They'll always be there. Wow, it's just respecting that 50-cent mark in a big way there. This may be the bottom for now. What's the overall market doing? SPY is down $2. QQQ is even. Nvidia is even. Tesla's down $4 from the open. That's what we're trading right now. MU's down $3. AMD is down $1. Amazon is up $1. How's Apple? Apple usually goes the way of the market. It's down $1. Yeah. So let me see if I can get in down here nearer to the 200 and start doing some recoiling off of it. I'm going to go ahead and up my share size if I can get into one of these recoils. I missed it. That could be the bottom, huh? Broke the 9, hitting the 20, going up to the magnet. And here's our VWAP, which has been coming down with it. That's the bulk of where the shares are right now at that average price. Hesitate to short this and follow it back down, I got to tell you. I do think this is an amazing price for Tesla right now, and people should be buying it. Tough day to trade. Had such a big move. I'm reading the news over here on Benzinga as well. We have it here too. It just, it's basically the same stories. Now, we don't really want to trade off news other than to help pick biased. And the bias today is supposed to be short on everything, so I'm kind of not trading the bias. I've been going long. First trade was okay, second trade wasn't, so I'm running 50% accurate, but less money because I waited longer for it to turn around. You know the shtick of how we do that. Us darn traders. Us darn dare traders will hold the losers longer than the winners. Okay, anywhere near that 200, guys, I'm getting in it. That's the 200 moving average down near that orange line, which is right at 191.23. Wow, that is very close. I'm going to go for it. So I went in a higher share size, try to make a quick recoil there, and hope it doesn't fade on me here. It's not looking real pretty the way it did hit. It literally within pennies hit the. Oh wow, my position's terrible. I just realized what I got in at, way higher than what I wanted to get in at. That's too bad. Okay, so I'm going to try to get out market. The market just destroyed me there. That's too bad. I'm gonna have to get out of this trade for a loss. It broke the level. Yeah. So that's not good for me. So this is going to be another bad trade. Too bad. I'm holding a little longer here, but it's getting worse for me. Watching the level two. Yeah. Okay. That was a bad trade, and I sold it, and it took forever to pick me up. All right. So 2 bad trades. And now I'm thinking maybe we do want to go short biased. Oh boy. So when you're trying to trade this strategy, you need this kind of consolidation across like this. You don't want it to be dropping down like that, which just caught me. You need it to go down and back up, strike, recoil, and that's not what happened here. So, and I had a 200 moving average here on the bigger chart that I was playing off of, and now it's probably going to act as a resistance. Man, it held it for a second, and that was it. That's a day 200 moving average, guys, not the 1 minute. So, what does that mean market-wise? SPY's going down. QQQ's going down. So people are panicking unreasonably. So, and they're putting their money in the bank, and we need to take advantage of this right now by going short first, and then when we think we have a bottom for a swing, pick it up and wait 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, and make big money. So yeah, I'm a very long bias trader, so I hate to go short on anything. But I'm in a hole now. Yeah, market just killed me on that trade too. It was just a terrible trade there. The terrible fill, the way it filled me. So the spread's just not that big. I'm going to go ahead and short it there and hope this isn't a giant recovery. Now, I did raise my share size, so the numbers are a little higher than they were a second ago. This is the max share size I would do on this under margin is 300 shares, so I may scale in rather than just jumping out if it doesn't go down right away and play the short. And I'm going to play the short. The data says long right here. The overall market says short. You see the sellers didn't even make it to the top of the candle. Break back to the 200 now. I don't start using that as support. We want you to blow right through that. And I don't want to get over greedy here and try to get it all back in one trade, because that's not how I would take the trades. I take them like a $20 trade would be a good start to recover if I get a green trade here. There it is there. Wow, it's going down so fast. I'm going to hold it a little longer into this move. Well, did I make a mistake? Does it break the 91? Break the 91, it'll probably fly quite a ways down. I've got it at 91.41. I was looking at the bid here. I had a nice trade there for a second, and that's a rickshaw man pattern. See, volume dropped off as the buyers came in, so no. How bad's it going to hurt me this morning? MACD's sending it up. I don't like to see that. That's what that white arrow is. Designed specifically for new traders and prop firms to tell them, don't try to figure it out, just look at the arrow. So that's too bad, because that's going to hurt me. How long term will that hurt me? I don't know. It broke the 92 now. Probably wouldn't add until 92.50, and then I'd look for a dip off of that. Is the market turning around suddenly? Not really. QQQ's even. Oh, it did hit the 92, didn't it? 92.50 is what I meant. Yeah, 92.50 is what I'm looking at. So I'm short 50 shares. I was playing it long and it went short. Now I'm playing it short and it's going long. So I played the data at first. Oh God, that hurts. It really hurt me here. Did such a nice trade with Tesla yesterday, and then today it's causing me pain. I'm trying to decide. I mean, it's doing the right thing. It should be going up, but the bias is calling it down. The value is amazingly low. Okay, here comes, this is going to pull the magnet down, so that's good news for me. Here's the magnet up, here it goes. So that should pound it down. That's the market magnet, and it just came down here. So that should pound it down like clockwork. That's the way it works. Now, do I want to go much past this 200? I don't know at this point if it gets down there. I'm watching it. We're looking at it. It's almost down to even money for me. My position is 91.42 roughly, and this is where it is right now. So it's a little off my position. You look at the market maker. That's what I should get, but the slippage has been so horrible that I might just buy the bid to get out. All right, so I'm finally green again. Will it break that ATR? I mean that 200 moving average? Looked like it did for a second. That's such a small trade after that nonsense, you know. A lot of times you'll see me reverse here. Reversing on the 200 probably would have been a fairly smart trade. Unless the bias is going to take over again. So I will snag the $20 if it hits it there again. Or try to. I'm just going to get out of that trade, guys, if it picks me up. Here I am here trying to pick up at 10 cents. And it's not picking me up. Pick me up now. It's swailing like it was going to right there. It was a little tiny win of a trade. But, man, I want to go long. I feel like I want to go long here. Honestly. So there's the low right there. So that's $3.90 and 8 cents. It is gravitating toward this 200 moving average, which actually makes sense that it should do that. Let's see. Do I dare try it again? On the swale back up. I should have held that longer, obviously. I think I'll go in at 50 cents. If it hits me down, I'll go long at 390.50 if it gets down that low. I don't know if it'll pick me up. There was 58, 57 cents for a split second. It's definitely, you know, well, it was definitely trying to go long. I got it at 47 cents. So I don't know if that's going to be a mistake or not. We'll see. Hold this a little deeper. Sellers were starting to go up there, so, oh boy, not good. Yeah, the volume picked up past. You see how many people are selling right there? That's insane. Yeah, it picked up past it. I'm going to actually buy into that move if it goes down to the 50 cent mark. It's going back up now. I'm at 47 cents. It's only at 22, 23 here. There it goes. There we go. That's a profit at least. Small, but it's starting to go up. You're going to always get some recoil. It's rare that it's just a straight knife dropping. The question is, do you know, if you hold out, it could turn right around. So it's like, take the shorter trades. Take the easy money. Like that. So that 2 little trades got back, you know, 1/10 of my bad position. My accuracy's picking up. It seems like yesterday I was digging out. I did it. It was quicker than this. Today is definitely harder to trade than yesterday so far. I've only been on the one stock. NVIDIA is just grinding. That might have some opportunities for us. I'd like to get this green before I move. You know how I do that? Wow. It's going to break that 200 again. Broke the 200 moving average. So we have a smoothing level like right here at 92, 392.39. I will go short there if it gets up there. There's it stopping at 92 even, pounding back down. Stopped right at 292 and turned around. The whole dollar psychological level. So we'll try to, well, we already had a 50-cent recoil there that would have been nice, but it's gone now. So see if it pounds back up again. I'm just going to auto zoom out here. And grab this a little further back. So we can see, it's all the whole and half dollar lines that are making a big mess there, but I want to look at a little bigger picture on the 1 minute. Here's our 5 minute down here. I don't know why it's not letting me grab it. This is our 15 minute over here. Oh, I just made a nice bear flag here. See on the 1 minute, there's the pole, here's the flag, here's the pole, here's the flag. If it wasn't for the 200, I would be more assured that that's about to go down. Now it dropped below it. There it goes, huh? That is a bear flag in the making. Once I get some grinding that I feel more comfortable calling, I'll go up to my half margin position, which is 150 shares, and see if I can eke out a profit in just a couple trades. I need a little bit more. This swaling's a little bit too big. It's 92.50 all the way down to almost 89.50. So it's like $3 swale. So it's a little dangerous here. We need some churning here. We need some levels. Okay, so the market magnet just pulled down. So this would probably be a good opportunity to short this stock. Let me see if it pounds up at all here. Gives me a little bit of a swale up. Yeah, I'll go ahead and try to get that on the on a recoil. Totally plan to scale in this time if it goes up. So I've got it at 91.29. That's just above the 200 moving average, daily 200 moving average. And we're looking for it to recoil back down into the, yeah, okay, that's fine. Well, I will add to that position. You're not scaring me. I have complete confidence you're going to bow the way of my will. I would add to this at 392. I would add to this trade. But again, you guys play your max loss. Tesla is one seriously dangerous stock to trade. So good. That was a $33 trade. So that was cool on 50 shares. We're working our way back. I love the fact that it's grinding here. So we're getting a strike and recoil opportunities to dig out of this hole that was done at the open. It started out green at the open, trading long, and then it just faded away, and it hurt me. 2 different times I called it that way. So look at that. So let me do a smoothing level here, just above that 50 cent. Just gonna kind of smooth it right there. Now that's just to help me try to find a temporary floor that you wouldn't want to tap dance on. So just a temporary floor here. It might give us some bouncing data there. That's at the 69 level if you see that hit the bid, and that might be worth going long in and giving it a shot, since we have such a low share size here that we can add to it if it keeps falling. There it goes. I'm gonna try to get it there we go. So we got it at 66, and we'll hope it bounces up a little bit to at least a double-digit trade, and we'll try to make a little bit more money there. So we got a little bit more, down to 37. So now we're getting some strike and recoil potential trading action. Move nice and slow. And like I said, I will up the share size if I'm getting some continuing levels. So it seems like the 91.50 is holding. It goes up to the 92 as a fail-safe. These half and whole dollars is what I'm looking at, and we're resting along this 200. So though it didn't stop it wow, huh? I'm going to go ahead and grab that if it gives it to me. It did give it to me. So I got it. I'm looking for a recoil here as it's hurting me. Looking for a recoil here. I'm at the 13 cents. We want it to drop below 392. There we go. Will it pick me up? Nope. I could have got out of market there. It is swaling down now, so hang on. Nope, it disappeared. There we go. Oh, are you serious? It didn't pick up all my shares? That's not even... This is why I like to go through their own little dark pool, because you don't have to worry about those shenanigans. But that was such a small share size that shouldn't have happened. But what are you going to do? So we did make that trade going against the grain. See the price volume coming in above the magnet? That's going to pull it up, which means it's going to send this up most likely. Although you do have the RSI sending it down, so there's a little battle here. But that magnet pulled up from this price action coming in, and it pushed it up. And it could go a little higher because of that. So I'll take a short. What is that level? Okay, was a tweezer move right there at the top. That price level, 92.39, is a tweezer move. That may stop it up there, just below the $0.50. Boom. Big drop. Magnet dropped with it. Look for support back down, in this level, if we get down there, to go long and to go short off the 92.39, short there, and then long off the 390.69 area. Nothing's exact, just area. And I've kind of made a ceiling and a floor. You can see it on the 15-minute. Yeah, you can't see under my picture the 5-minute that I'm adjusting over here, but I'm kind of looking at there you go. Kind of looking at the moves there on that too. It gives me a bigger picture than this 1 minute, where you can get caught up in the minutia here. Wow, there we go. So it's dipping down. Oh, it stopped dead at that 200. You can see these shadow wicks they're very sensitive. I have a very sensitive Thinkorswim layout. Shouldn't that mean that your fill should happen faster? On this market, it's been really delaying me. So the average 1 minute volume on this stock is 141,000 for the day. Whoa, there we went. And I was not ready to get it. 29. Give me another chance up there. There was 22. It's definitely recoiling enough to give me quick trades there. I'll try it. Tried it at 27. Twice it was right there. It didn't pick me up. If it doesn't get me soon, I'm gonna cancel it. It's just I have to reassess if it's gonna break it. So volume increased as it was going up. That's a sign it will continue. Let's see. Although the RSI indicator is telling you that you're over bought. Yeah, let me get some of this. Let me get some of these on here, guys, because you can't see them here. Is that not? Yeah, it's a buy-sell oscillator. Let me get the buy-sell oscillator in here. Buy-sell oscillator, no alerts. It's going to mess up my whole chart again, but you guys can see the MACD and the RSI then with just arrows rather than trying to compute it on your own. And then all those lines are the $1.50. That's what's so crowded. So it did drop off that level. Kind of wish it would have picked me up there. It would have probably been even now. It's getting easier to call as it goes on, and that's always the case. It's just staying around this 200. So that is where big institutional buys and sells are coming in, buying and selling, and it's just sticking right there. When it started to break it down here, I definitely thought that it was all she wrote, but it came right back. See the price volume coming in? It was coming in and then broke back down, but that was to send it down further. It's price volume that's just happened very, very recently. So why would that matter? Because people see it on their different indicators. People read it a different way. They read it on just the volume, whatever it is, and then they react accordingly. So having the market magnet just makes it easier. So if you're not used to reading that, kind of stuff. So I'm looking to get in down here if it keeps threatening me at this lower level. Ugh. Already a nice recoil there. Look at that. Wow. I don't think it's done. I think it's about to get up and then, yeah, I was going to say 20 cents above. Making a flat top out there, so it could really break it. So I really want to look at the inertia here of what's happening before I get 50 cents upside down, I think I will go in short down here if it keeps coming down below that. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it right there. Tried to get it at 02. Didn't pick me up. I'm holding for a minute longer. There it goes. So now I'm long on this trade at 91.02, waiting for it to recoil back up. $31.92, looking for the recoil back up. BACD sending it down, not a good sign. That's going to be on EMA crossovers that is set specifically for scalping. It's a prop it's a prop firm tool that just has an arrow, so it helps newer traders or traders that have analysis paralysis is a better way to say. Because a lot of traders that aren't new use it. Okay, so now it decides to. I would add down here at the 390 if it got that low. I'm going for it, guys. We're going for it. Getting ready to get out on a bounce. Have a good trade here that just works away at the damage it did to me at the open. We're getting close to even again. Ugh, that was a terrible. I tried to get it there. Good pick me up. $12 down now. So we were 100 and something down, right? 130, I think. So this showed how the turtle strike and recoil does work if you have the patience. And we may want to stick with it if it keeps being this easy to call. It's $4 down off its open. Nvidia is now up. Let me I haven't looked in a bit. AMD's down. Palantir's back down. That's surprising. There's our big boys. The SPY is down $3. QQQ is down just $1. Everything's in the red on Benzinga, showing us. Again, I will go short up here on this level that seems to be calling it out here on the 92. Yeah, 392 would be an area to go short, and then anywhere below this smoothing level here, 390.69, anywhere just below it. Market magnet's right down there too. MACD sending it up. There's the RSI indicator I had just added in. That's a buy-sell oscillator based on overbought or oversold conditions short term. Just short, everything's short term because we're scalping, guys. So that's why you don't usually get these type of indicators, because they're designed for very short-term scalping. And they work. No matter what you hear, otherwise they work. All right, market magnet's coming in across here. It's going to pull the magnet down. Most likely, people will see that in their various ways and jump on this. Let's watch the magnet pull down. Should pull down. And it'll pound the price action a little further down. Here it comes, further across. And boom, right now. Nope, it didn't hit it. Wow, I should have taken the trade is what I should have done. As it hit down there. I'm going to try to get that. Tried to buy it at 65 cents. Didn't pick me up. It's taken too long. There it goes. Yeah, when it takes too long, then I wanted to reassess it. But so, it's the 390 level that I would add to it at. If it ever gets down there. And then we're in a kind of a new ball game if it gets back down there, so a little risky. Staying down here longer than I would like. The magnet did pull down, like I had said, and it did push it down. So I went against that data for the recoil. Yeah, I've got it over buy bid to add to it right now because I want to add to it if it springs down. But now it looks like it's going to come back up and give me a profitable trade without having to add to it. So let's see. Buyers made it about halfway up. This indicator here. This is showing you what's going on inside the candles. An amazing indicator here. The Scalp Pro meter. But it only made it halfway, so it's just... and the volume was a little lower on the buying, as you can see here. So it's just staying around the 20-30 cent mark above the 390. Here we go. It's giving me an opportunity to add. I'm going to go ahead and try to add it right there. I got it. Okay. Did I want it? We don't know if I wanted it. It's going to put me back in the hole. Okay, we made a new low. No, not quite yet. Anything else happen that I need to worry about? Let's see here. Yeah, everything's dropping right now again. A big drop. So, how far do I wait this out? I worked so hard to get almost even, and then now you can see it faded off of its low. So, I really want to rebound right here and get me out of this trade. A retrace, or it's more like a retrace now because we passed the recoil. Okay, good. We had a green candle close, made a little doji. That's a good sign. I think I'm going to have to get these multi-chart alignments up here so I don't keep, or the market pulse, so I don't have to keep looking at them. Oh, not a good sign. Not a good sign. Now we're back in the hole again. Don't we know how that is? Okay. I'm holding into this, guys. Let me just see. So there is the ATR. Overall ATR makes me want to buy into that. Yeah, I'm going to buy into that. We're really going for it now. We're really asking for trouble now. Don't follow me. Follow your max loss. Oh dear, I have to dig a bigger hole if it doesn't. I was hoping it would turn around at the ATR, so that's my thing, and I'm sticking to it. So we'll see what happens here. After all that hard work, we're worse off. But this can just in a split second be nice and green for the day. So we're just waiting on it. Got 200 shares now in Tesla. Bit risky, as you know. Let's get a nice retrace off this ATR. My position's all the way up at 62 cents. I'm 50 cents off my position, basically, with 200 shares. Come on. Let's use this as use the ATR as a nice springboard up. I mean, the buyers are pretty strong there. They were at the top of this volume here. Now it's not doing what it should do. Still got chance. We still got 25 seconds of this candle. Now you just don't want to follow this into oblivion because it could just fade even lower. This is such a great price for this stock right now for long term. But short term, it could really hurt me bad here, which is what it's doing. I'm going to have a hole to dig out of it, looks like, unless this trade can recover. I think, was it last week, Friday, I got 300 down, then came back. It's just with low share size, it just gets exhausting. You can get it in one trade, 1,000 shares. Boom. This low share size kills me. I mean, as far as just trader fatigue, trader fatigue. So I'm going to have to get out of this soon because it's not turning around. It's blown the ATR, so it's yeah, I'm about to push the button, guys. It needs to show me something. I don't want to add to it, so. There's a little something. Did my threat scare it? So you can see that the volume is increasing with the buyers at the top. Now, it didn't quite make as much volume as the sellers, so it's another tease. Not another new low. Let's not make another new low. It just made another new low. Okay, so that was 300. So I'm going to get out right about here. One last second to see if it saves me at all. Definitely not adding to this. Yeah, okay. Ouch! Another bad trade. You saw it here. It's just going straight down. It was grinding, and then, I got in where I thought it was a support level, and it just kept going down. I stuck with it thinking, well, it's about to turn around, and didn't really have the data to do that. So yeah, just a stupid trade, and it hurt me. I had worked so hard to get back. And it will take a long time to get back again. So this is going to end up red, and I'm going to have to recover it with the Zoom crowd, I think, guys, on my next session. So let's see if we have. So this has just been sitting here. Painful, depressing. You know how it goes, right? Right now, it just took away all the profits from yesterday. It was right around 350 yesterday. Ended up being what are you doing here? Wow, that went all the way up to 180 there, huh, in the opening. That would have been interesting. Well, it's not letting me zoom in on it. It's that whole deal that it does sometimes. Well, it too went down just right when Tesla did. It was grinding and then went down. Reading the news, guys, just everything's red across the board. And of course, I trade that one long. It had been working for me. Try to catch the recoil, and I should have just stuck short bias, not long bias. Again, I feel like it's such a steal at this price that I tend to think long biased and trade against what the market is telling me. I feel like I can make it be common sense, make it be smart. This is starting to slow down here. Let me go to Apple. So everything is... Guys, I'm going to take you off the scene. I have to open my computer again when it does this weird glitch thing, so you're going to not see my screen for a minute, but I'll still be here for just a minute, so you don't see my actual data. Wow, it's really lagging too, which is not something I want to see. The whole platform's lagging. Come on, Thinkorswim, get your crap together here. Waiting. I'm here, guys. I'm just waiting for this to reboot. I have to turn this round to a green day, and I have a tight schedule today, so I've got 2 Zoom trading sessions. There we go. Wow, this just took forever, so I'm going to put you guys back on. There we go. So it opened back up at Apple. Let's just make sure it's working. Yeah. It's just a weird thing how it won't let me zoom in sometimes. So we have an ATR down here at Apple. Let me just make sure this is moving quickly. We want to see this move roughly, yeah, okay, 10 cents in like 10 to 15 seconds. So it just did. So everything's active on Apple. It's tradable. I'd probably want to trade 100 shares. Let's get rid of that and move that up there like I like it. and get everything all set up to trade this. And then we'll look at the levels real quick. Now, Apple hasn't really moved too far off of its, well, yeah, it did. Today it went out down again, but so what do we have for historical data? We have a nice support level right there. Will we ever get that again? I don't know. Another one here smoothed out. Then we'll go down to right there, which it respected it a couple times in the pre-market too. But we're way down here right now. So let's get the low, because that's important. I'm going to smooth that up to this area right here, where it might actually come into play. And then is that anywhere? No. So it would only be pre-market. That's not good enough, guys. Not good enough. Let's take a look at the fib here on the 5-minute 10-day. All right, so we'll go ahead and do a fib. Trying to see if I can do something. I'm going to do it right at the 54. Well, there's the, I got the O2. Okay. Come on. Where are you? 76.11. There we go. All right, so what did that do for us? Anything? Yeah, it's right at the fib level right now. Such a steep fall like that I tend not to respect the Fibonacci levels quite as much. What a mess. Now that I have all these lines, of course, these little charts are going to look ridiculous. There's our 5-minute. Here's our 15-minute. Here's our 1 minute with the pro meter below it. Let me yeah, I'm missing some of the key indicators that would have been helpful today. I'm looking at the scanners to get the data. But really, I really like to have the market pulse down here on the 5 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. So I don't have to keep looking over at it to see if there's something's changing, you know, on it. That's going to give me the QQQ SPY TLT on a short term. So it's going up right now, short term. And of course it blocks everything. This is really tight. I don't have as much level 2 data that I want either. Just got to doing it for this 60-second thing is just not making me feel great, but we'll see. All they have today is a bunch of losing 60-second trades. Well, no, I've got some winning ones. But it's down for the day. Okay, so now what can we trade here? Price raised by Barclays to 148. That's not that great. See, they raised it. Or no, maintains its underweight on Apple of 248. That's the latest news, as you can see right there. Should you buy the stock market dip? Why could this be an opportunity? Absolutely, it's an opportunity, guys. Opportunity. It's got to be getting pretty far down to, I mean, geez. These companies are going to need to make more, you know, but people get worried about the overall economy, so they just hold their money. I think this will all be cleared up in a couple, 3 weeks, maybe a couple months at the most. All right, so you saw me mark those levels. It did seem to respect that one there. Right up here on a 5-minute. We've got some good grinding action here. 264. That's $2 right there from this one down to here. Can I make quick money on this stock to get out of that little hole? Apple's not one of those stocks to do that with. I came over here to look at it, and then I just started to set up to trade it. NVIDIA was fading off, that's why, right? I moved away from it because that was fading too tight like that. It broke the channels. This is sort of in its channels still, and it has a fib level as well as an ATR down here. See price action coming in. It should pull it up the way I see it, but right now it's going down. God, why does it keep pausing? Thinkorswim is not doing wonderful right now. Take a look at the level 2 for a second. Yeah, there's opportunities here for sure. $64, anywhere near 64, I'm going short. Here it goes. RSI turned it around as overbought just before it hit there. You see that red arrow right there? That's the RSI saying you're overbought. So everybody jumped right when it was heading up. These indicators can really help you for very short-term data. If you're about to go in a trade, it's like if I was about to go long there, it would have been told me don't do that. So sellers were at the top, but then buyers came and recovered. You can see here, sellers were up here at the top of the candle, but less volume than buyers over in the last few candles. Typically on days like yesterday and today, you just shouldn't trade, really. Because it's impossible to call. I mean, it's so hard to call it when people are getting so emotional with this data. It's like the stock should go up, but it's going down. But then it shows signs that maybe people have come to their senses and it's going to go up. But then, no, emotion takes over again. And it's just like, how can you possibly, it's just one more thing that makes it harder when you have this churning, an event like this. It's not great for, except for momentum traders maybe, but it's not great for large cap kind of consolidating type traders, RV type traders. Not great, meaning the RV strategy from Day Trading Volume 1 is not a good look on a chart. Now I'm back to seeing Apple compared to Tesla. It's just like, what are you doing? Volume went up as it was going down. See here? 6 seconds to close. It's still going up. It's come right on the VWAP. It hit right on the VWAP and turned around. See some price action coming in on the magnet over here, a little further back right there. It broke the VWAP. Heading back down toward the magnet here. It does work like a magnet, guys. Sometimes the magnet comes to it, though. I don't see clear churning here, so I need some more definitive moves here. I want to see it get down here. I'll go long near the fib, or the 260, 250. I'll go short near the 264, but it's just staying right in the middle here, and it's done much bigger swales than that up and down here than just that tiny little channel, so that's a little hard to call. Now you could play that it is going to do the big swale, so you could just get in it and wait. And then depression set in. I believe that's a line from Ghostbusters. I don't know. One of Bill Murray's. I can see Bill Murray making that line. And then depression set in. That was the big comedy from my era. Oh. We're going to come back, guys. Don't worry. We're going to come back. We're going to have a great month. It's going to happen. Look at the long tortoise picture. Going to make our goal. Have confidence. Get confidence in yourself. Keep to your max loss. And we'll get there. Man, I was like 12 bucks down, and ouch, huh? How many times has that happened to us? 12 bucks down, went to 300 down after working so hard to get it slowly back up out of the red. One trade. Of course, in my mind, I really thought Tesla was going to turn right around and make me a hero, and it just didn't do it. I don't know what it's doing now. I forgot to take note of what level it was at that. Yeah, I think it was right around 386. I think it's just stopped there now. I think it's grinding at 386 now. I think that's right about where I got out. Guess that makes me feel a little better. Of course, I'd just be sitting there waiting. All right, we don't have a 5-minute pattern. We don't have a 15-minute pattern. Volume increased again, but it increased on a doji. See it here? Or some people might call that a rickshaw man. That's a gravestone right there, except the gravestones are supposed to be at the top of the action. This is more just like a, you know, an inverted thin hammer or a doji. Dragonfly really should be higher too. Candlestick pattern playbook, guys. Look at your... It's the only one that rates them, so I would get that if you don't have it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Buy the bid. Buy the bid. Let's get down there. Come on, lower. Lower. It might not go any lower, guys. Is that it? Come on. Make a move down. 68's the lowest I've seen it on the bid. Not really where I wanted it. And you had the RSI send it back up. MACD did over here. So I'm trying to get the best possible position. Maybe I shouldn't do that to play this. I'm going to go ahead and try to get it there. It's 66. So it's 20 cents above where I should try to get it. I'm holding it. Looks like it's going to pick me up. Here I am right here. 66 cents. We're looking to pick up this trade. Maybe I don't want it now. Took too long. Really took too long to get me there. So now you can see my position over here. And we're gonna let this ride up a bit. I'm not gonna jump out immediately. So I'm looking more like at above 63. You know, we want to get it back above 63. So we're just gonna have to wait a minute. And that was a big red candle down. There's 88. Might reject right at the 63, so in the mid-90s I'll probably get it. There was 91. I'll try to get that. I get it. Okay, so that was a $28 trade. Long way to go, but that was a winning trade based on the Fibonacci level and the market magnet level down here, and recent historical data. That's why I took that trade, and half and whole dollars too. So a lot of data going on here, but that gave me the confidence to take that trade. I got to thinking I was going to hold it to up here, and I got to thinking that it might fade off, so I just decided to take the money. Now we can definitely go higher share size on this. At least I think 400 shares to still stay within my margin capability. So I'm only 1/4 into the position, and I'm going to probably play it a little riskier to make up. I mean, higher share size is what I mean by that, not riskier decision making. Some people might equate that to riskier decision making as you raise your share size. So I don't know. I'll defer to you and how you look at things. Well, we're still nice and green for the month because yesterday was decent, but yeah, not a good day today. It's just it's just not moving enough for us to take trades here. It's our time. Yep, we're over time. Charlie's not here to tell me that I'm over time. Nvidia dropped $1. I restarted and all my scanners ended up in other places. So SPY down $4 now. QQQ down $3. I'll do it again if it hits down here to the I want it to go a little lower than where I had it before. But you can see RSI turned it around here again, made a nice little rickshaw man and said go back the other way. Most of your price action was up above it here. Well, no, not actually, because that's the thicker part. Okay, so now are you going to go up to 63.50 or anywhere near it? What's our spread here? I'll just sell it and get in the position if it gets up there. Meaning I think there won't be too much slippage, and I just want to get in this trade if it goes up there, but it looks like it's fading off of it. There is enough strike and recoil here. It's just really slow, and I really wanted to get near its ceilings and floors that it has identified. Recent historical data, ceilings and floors. Really, there's our ceiling, here's our floor. That's very recent, tentative, but you can get a good you might get a really good scalp in there. So we're breaking the VWAP. It's holding, the VWAP is holding it here, and Apple is definitely a stock that the VWAP matters a lot more, with the institutional prices for it. Bulk of the capital is right here. So it's not a joke to look at that level as a support or a resistance. Some of the other stocks, it's just like the VWAP's always out and it just doesn't matter. It seems to not matter, People are emailing, why aren't you trading 1,000 shares? I'm like, I still do that. This is a different strategy. This is the strike and recoil for the average person that anybody that makes margin can trade. 64. I'm looking here. So here's our market maker. If I do the magnet, if I do the market. It bounced up. It gave me 10 cents there, but I probably would have lost 2 cents both way by using the using their market price, market maker. 63 cents on it. Boy, it just keeps turning around. You see that? It keeps saying, no, you're oversold down there. It just keeps saying that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go in it. What did it get me at? 70. So we'll take that. All right, so that was a quick scalp. I did a quick recoil, and it worked. And I maybe just should start doing those because I was waiting for bigger moves. And I did it on market to make sure I got filled. So just no shenanigans. That's what I started to do with Tesla too, and it worked really well. So I'm leaving money on the table with this market maker prices, but I'm going to try it again. So I got it at 67. We're looking for the recoil. Oh, right then it drops, right? So you might see me add to this. So 49, 53, 54, 5. It seems like it wants to go back up. Yeah, that took forever to fill me. That was redonkulous. It was supposed to be a little bit bigger trade than that, but whatever. That's what you got to deal with when you're doing the market maker. You know, you got to deal with the slippage and the delays in filling you. And this is really slow though. For this, wow, I'm going to try that. So I got that at 51. I'd like to get it on a swale up so it doesn't slip so much. The longer it takes, the less it is an actual recoil and more of just like a scalp. Trying to look at the other data here, looking at the level 2 coming up, the pike. Using the 50 cents as a resistance from going back up. Mark this here. That would be a spot I would add. Oh, there it goes. So it broke the fib for a second. I missed it way up there. Too bad. Again, it should have been another $5 there. Tiny little trade. Too long. I don't have enough time to trade this to get out of the little hole I've dug, but now it's just 250 negative roughly. But yeah, this seems very easy to call Apple. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I would trade this if I'm trading all day. I could trade this and with this share size and get it up to 500 to 1,000 if you just traded throughout the day. It seems very easy to call. It's very predictable. It moves like a big dinosaur. Famous last words, right? Let me do these. I'm marking on the other chart here, guys, if you're watching this one, finding some levels that are a little further back. See that level? That is an official tweezer move there. And it picked it up here too. So that's a pretty good level to look at. I mean, it could be very well respected right around the 62.14. I smoothed it there, but then you saw that it was picked up later here. So look at the bigger picture. What's happening? It is fading, so we got to be careful. Really don't need to go much deeper than that on Apple. Ooh, it hit it. I didn't even see it. Wow. That hit it and it turned around. Sellers didn't make it to the top on. Oh, it's hitting it again. Man, I got to tell you, I'm thinking about. I'm going to go ahead and go in there. What did I get it at? 19. Not where I wanted it. I wanted a little bit better than that, but I'm just looking for a tiny recoil here off of that level until it verifies itself. Okay, so we're passing the recoil and moving on to just a scalp. Come on, I see the buyers going up. There we go. All right, it actually went up as I got out, which helped me on the slippage. More like a timing than a slippage, right? It's like it takes so long to fill you. When is it going to initiate? That's when he pressed the button. Slow-mo. So if you ended up getting in a hole, just you got to take your time to dig out, or just stop trading and count it a losing day. Oof. I'm going to open up this 5-minute for a minute and just see what we're looking at here. Okay, so we were down there right at the open. You know, it's not inconceivable that this would be in this area too. That's a smooth level on a 5-minute. I just wanted a better look at that. Yeah, I'm not even going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to use this. I'm trying to make more room here, so, and I missed that trade trying to, but I'm not even going to use this, this 5-minute here, so. Why won't that let me, hang on here. There we go. Just going to get rid of that. That gives me a little more room here because I'm not opening up that 2-day one anyway, so. Look at that. It came back from right there, huh? Just below the 62. Right back. Getting near to the ATR low. Serious support level if it gets that far down. Should be. So we definitely channel hopped here, so I don't know if I'd want to go short at that fib. Tempting to go short at the fib, guys. Because I can add to it if it goes up, so I'm just scale into it as it goes up, if it went up. I just don't want to miss the dip, so MACD's sending it up to break that fib. So we'll wait a minute. MACD is definitely sending it up, so see it there, keeps popping in. Based on EMA crossovers. Can it break that fib? Or is that it? There it goes again. Yeah, I'm running out of time to try to dig out of this, so I'm going to have to come and do an afternoon session. Maybe things will calm down a bit. There it goes. So now it's heading out toward the 20 moving average, up toward the magnet, which is kind of pulling it up along with the VWAP. So let's let it go up a bit here. Come on, baby, get up there, and then we'll short you. We'll short you up there. Nope. Looks like it wants to make a bear flag. Made a nice doji, rickshaw man, and then turned right the heck around in a big way. Very, very tight price action here. Hard to trade. Wow. Tesla's just right where we left it. Nvidia's a buck off. The SPY is down $4. The QQQ is down $2. So, hey, there we go. There we go. What are we at? 77? I'll try the recoil right there. I went in. Wow, that took forever to fill me. That was just terrible. Tried to get it. I got a little bit of a recoil there. Why is this lagging so much? I don't get it. So our volume. Volume's not too bad, really. Anywhere in the 70 cents range, I will try a recoil again, but it's dropping. I'll call that a strike, and we'll look for a recoil there. Remember, only 25% of my total share size. So the way this is moving, unless it starts to make a trend up, I have lots of opportunities to add and make a better trade. I'm just trying not to miss it. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to try to recoil. More than $5 would be good. You can see the price down here it's going to give me. If you don't want to count on the level 2 or the other price action on the chart. I'll take that. All right, so we're slowly climbing on this. And we're looking to do the same thing. Recoil as it goes up. See if the fib holds it. Nope. I mean, it hit it. It went right through it. Remember what we're trading here. We're short bias still, so got to be careful. Yeah, this level's worthless. I'm going to get rid of that. Did not respect that level at all. That other one's further back. Yeah, this one's further back on a tweezer move, so it might be respected. Makes the chart less busy, you know. Here we go. Let's get down where we can buy a dip down here near this historical data level right here, perhaps. Just at the 14 cent. We're at the 29 there. Well, this is what I'd get on market right here. And then I can add to it if it keeps going down. 23.20. The lowest it gave me on the market maker was 20, and it slipped so fast I probably would have had 28, which still would have been an okay trade already. So if you just watch this alone on the market maker, what I'll get, because it's the only way I'm going to get filled here. This thing is like seriously lagging. Yeah, when I shut off the computer, shut off the platform, I watched that green stripe take forever to close out and take me down. Like I'm picking up all kinds of stuff here that I need to get rid of that is not reconciling, you know, and slowing down the platform. One of the things that Charlie does is she opens up like 3 or 4 Thinkorswims, and then she times which one has the least lag, closes the others, and I end up with a pretty fast one. That was one of the tricks in the video that I showed you, if you watch that video, on how to speed up your... I did not do that this morning. She wasn't here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, I missed that top. Oh, damn. I went to grab my coffee. Annoying. That would have been a great trade already. Yeah, 30 cent recoil, $30 trade, and getting better. You see how the RSI, so it went right to the VWAP. Now you could set that on the ladder, but you know, how often is that going to really happen? I'm looking at it again because it's threatening up there. Come on, baby. I'm going to take that. I got it at 05. 05. Looking for the recoil here. I would add to it if it went up to 50 cents here. I'd add once, and then I'd add again if it went up that high. Try to recover some of this. Well, that was pretty good. So we're up to $100 now. As I was explaining, I looked over and went like, "I'll take that." So, seems like this one could be our secret, right? To make good money today if you have the time, or you just raise your share size if you have the money and the guts. It will fill it. You can see what's coming through the pike here. It'll easily fill 200 without much slippage, probably 400 without much slippage. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a chance now that I have a little cushion here and try to make some more money on the same way we've been trading it. Have some confidence. So we're going off the VWAP at half my potential full share size for this stock. Already lost a $20 trade there on a recoil. Okay. I'd much rather go short bias, so I worry more to buy it here. Is that a smoothing level there or not? Kind of is, huh? Hit it over here. Sort of that. Well, that's right at 263. All right, so we'll just count it as 263 and not be so crowded. So 263 is a pretty good level to turn around at. I went a little above it to do a short. And then we could look to this fib as support, but, you know, plan on it going all the way down to the 62. So this is a dollar channel we have here. It seems to be respecting. And then you have a fail-safe up here at 63.50. If it were to go, you know, go higher, right up in here, right where the VWAP was back there. It keeps testing that VWAP. So this is really consolidating trading action here. That's not really too biased either way. Apple is oh, there it is. I have it lit up. Yeah, Apple is $1 almost exactly down from its opening. So it's definitely a safe stock to definitely. Dustin Hoffman, definitely. Market magnets holding it. Right here is the market magnet. I'm trying to see this. Sellers are winning out here. I kind of would have liked to see that get a little lower, but I missed the recoil opportunity there. I went below the fib and I missed it there. Again, I was messing with my charts. So we're at the magnet. I would have taken that trade had I seen it there, and I would have made a good trade. We're up to 200 shares now. I haven't done a trade at 200 yet, so the numbers will be more startling. Hopefully that's going to be a good thing. So we're heading back up to 263. There's the market maker, what it's going to give me. I'm sticking with this a little longer. We're already past 11 o'clock, so I'm not going to trade all that much longer, guys. I would have loved to have gotten completely out of the mess, but I will before end of day. And you guys see how I'm doing it here. Market seems to be calming down a bit into a See, Tesla's gone back up now. It's up to 391. Had I held that position that long, I'd be making good money. Always the way. I can't hold a swing because the MU's killing me right now. MU is 384. My God, I'm only like 40 bucks off my position. No, not that much, but geez. Yeah, I think I have NVIDIA at 187 on a swing, which I thought was going to pick it up today the way it was moving yesterday. I thought, oh, I'll get out of that. It'll make some nice money. But then all this emotion kicked in. Come on, baby, let's get up here. Give me a trade. You're just staying in the doldrums here. I have been caught in doldrums in the open sea many times where there is no wind. It's like glass, and if you have I was on a big schooner and you just sit there. You don't want to run the engine. It's not very powerful anyway, and it barely moves you anyway, so your sail power. So you wait it out. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go for it. What did it give it to me at? 63 even on a short. So we're going to hang this for a minute. Hang on this. We'll go to 400 shares if it doesn't. So that was good enough to make a good profit there. I'll take the bigger one. All right, so we got like 35 bucks on that trade because of the 200 shares. So more like, you know, now you go 500 or 1,000, then you can see you're making 200, 800 bucks a trade when you start to really do the RV strategy. And before you know it, you got $10,000 or whatever. And you've seen me do it. At least many traders do it. You go right through their own little dark pool. You get picked up with very little slippage, but they make money both ways, no question about it. Everybody's kind of doing their own little dark pool now because they have the market maker, and they make they say it's free to trade, but not really, because they scalp off the top of both directions. Seems free. At least you know where you stand, and you do get filled. But that worked like clockwork again, you know. It's just like go off that level, be prepared to add to it. If it breaks that level, get the heck out, and you have a pretty bad trade. But, you know, you just kind of, that's how I set my mind, thinking like, well, I'll be 80, 90% accurate. If I'm wrong once or twice, just stick to the max loss and, you know, to the levels, not the max loss, but the levels that I see, and then reassess and go back in. That's the way I'm reading this right now. I'm trading a little longer to see if we can maybe affect some change here before I get out for the day. Yeah, we've made our next session a half hour later, so Apple seems pretty easy to call here right now. Famous last words. We're looking for long off the fib. We'll go short off the VWAP. Right above 63, anywhere up there. There's our channel. Just a 50-cent channel, which is $100 with 200 shares. And really 30 or 40 bucks would be fine on a move down or up. It is just grinding here. I'm leaving a lot of trades on the table that I probably should just start taking, because we're getting constant recoil of 10 to 20 cents, and I'm waiting for the bigger play. At 96, went for it. What did it fill me at? Oh, 3. That's not too bad. I think it's going to drop, but let's see. Okay, we got to 164 on that trade. So this level continues to produce for us a 263. Pounding it though, kind of like a flat top, so let's keep an eye on it and not get over cocky here. This is 7 cents up is where it's stopping. I think that's where I got the last position, wasn't it? I got it pretty high up there. That's $14 with 200 shares. Adds up. You can add up pretty quick. I hesitate to go long more than short. Let me put a smoothing level right here. Yeah, 66. That's a potential ceiling floor here now. Ceiling floor right here. Potential. But careful. Careful with it. We trade off the ceilings and the floor. Short on the ceiling, long on the floor. And we just get out when you have a reasonable price move, because that is the recoil. You don't try to hold it for a bigger move. Just get out and add up your money. Before you know it, you have, you know, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 a month. Makes a difference in your life. Every day, 200, 300, 500, whatever you might make. Just slow moving, steady. Wish I hadn't lost that Tesla trade. So many hours in the day is the thing. There's just so many hours. You can't, you got to raise your share size to get out, you know. Thinking about it now, just starting at my max share size and just, because I've been calling all these trades correctly. You know it's the kiss of death though, right? The second you do it, you have no chance to average in a better price. So. Volume went up on basically indecision. It was hard to call that. Right at the magnet. VWAP to the magnet, or VWAP to this smoothing level, or worst case, the fib. Or best case if we're going short. We want to go short. That's what we want to do. What's the SPY look like? So I have it down here. So short term, the QQQ, the SPY are both saying they're up short term. On the this is a 5-minute chart down here. So that's the market pulse. That's a great indicator because you kind of quickly see what's going on when you're trying to make a decision to go in. So many things. Okay, magnet went up. Interesting. Most of your price action is below it. Bam. It called it. I'm gonna go for it. Wow, that was a terrible fill. Did you see that fill? I'm just gonna get out. Yeah, I think I got out for even money. I didn't like the fill, so I got out. Try it again. That time I got it at 02. Uh-oh. Now it started a new area up here, so be careful here. It's reading this news as good news for Apple, which is interesting. So now I'm caught in a not so good trade. On a short. I'm looking to get out. I want to reassess. I don't like what I'm seeing here, so. Could have got out for even money probably. It would have slipped. There we go. So I actually got that into a pretty good trade. Not too good, but. Yeah, MACD sending it down. Come on, stop freezing. We're back down to an easy green situation for the day. Much easier to get there. Wow. Wish I would have held that longer. It actually looked like it was making a new channel up there, so I got, whoa. So I got concerned. I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's very risky because it is a short day, short bias day. But we haven't seen it down to that fib level in a while. So I'm going to hope that it rebounds there. Recoils, should I say. There's $13 if it didn't slip all the way. There we go. That got me over 200. So our target going up is only 10 cents. Our target going down is 21 cents. So this is the risk range oscillator that it takes the last 5 candles and then tells you, like, here's what you should be looking at. It smooths it out. And there's the average range of the candle, and there's the spread. So this is a very, very handy indicator. I think it's called the range tracker. I have links to all these things if they seem like they might be helpful to you. They're prop firm indicators that are used by, you know, thousands and thousands of traders. So the more people that read the same data, then the more likely it is to go the way that they all call it. It's just that simple, self-fulfilling. We got over $200 on Apple. Still trying to make up a shortfall on Tesla. I love it when we find one that's quite this predictable, you know. I know I'm jinxing myself. There's the fib again. Just make sure it's not going to make a break. $46 is the fib. There's 49 on the market maker. Recoiled 6 cents only. There's 47. There's the fib. Will it recoil off that fib? I want to play it short bias, so I'm a little worried about going in because it is pounding that right now. You know, hit it, came back up, hit it, barely hit it, hit it again. So let's just see if it breaks through, and then we have a better opportunity a little lower. Yeah, there it goes. 39, 42, 48 here, 31. Okay, so it's getting very tempting to. I'm going to go ahead and get that. That's actually higher than I wanted it out. I'm going to just get out right away. So I think it almost even money me there. That was bad news. Should have been a $10 trade. And then it goes up. I didn't like the fill, so I just, when I don't like the fill, I get out the price. And didn't wait for that to happen, which was a good, much better trade than what I did do. I like the fact that it turned around, though, because we don't want this all the way dropping thing. So we're still in the middle of this candle. Let's see. Everybody's trading Apple right now, so it's like nobody's wanting me to switch. I mean, this could be our RV stock, actually. Just raise share size and go for it. It's slow, but money's money, right? As long as they're okay trading this. Okay, was waving their hands. We'll stick with this a little longer. Come on, it just decides to stop dead. What does happen at this time is all the strategies that people trade stop, and then a lot less traders are trading. So 28. Nice. All right, I'm going to go for a recoil here. We had a quick $10 there. I don't know if I would have got it on the slippage. I was going for $20 there. I'm a little worried about going long. I would much prefer it to be up higher here and go short. I'm a little worried about going long right now. So I get out for less money if I'm a little gun shy. I'm kind of expecting a big spike down. That's what I want to catch, is a big spike down. Then I'll go long, but not these little moves. It's the slow death, paper cut deaths. And I'd love to see it down at 62 even, or even just below it. I would go long there. Nope, it's going back up. And that's okay too. Get back up to the 63 area, anywhere up in there, and we're happy with that. We're hitting against the 20, I mean the 9, and then there's the 20, and then here's your market magnet and your VWAP are all up there. So, you know, the bulk of the shares are up here still, not the two. Those two combined, the VWAP and the market magnet, really tell a story. So although you see the price go down, it wasn't as many shares that sent it that way. That's just more current data. So a lot of people are up in that other level. Shares are up there, not individual people's. This is when you say to yourself, I just would have stopped Tesla at $100. I'd have 200, I'd have 100 and something. I just didn't. If I didn't, if I would have, I should have, I could have. Waiting. Moss is growing on my butt. It's not a pretty sight. Is it going to spike now? As I picked up my coffee, I expected a spike. 13, 6, it's right at that historical data level, guys. 20 cents on the market maker, right there. 19, 16. It's really respecting that historical data. We'll take another look at that in a minute, but I'm zooming in for the kill here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that because there's enough of a recoil both ways, see? So I got it. I got a good trade because it kept recoiling enough that even if it didn't, you know, it gave me a chance to get out. It's right back down here again, 20 cents. $14. Wow, I'll take it. 270. Wow, it's so slow. It's driving me up the wall. I just want to get green on this. And I'll see about making the goal on the next trading session. Don't get cocky, guys. Watch your levels. Pay attention to your max loss. We're doing good now. It keeps pounding right here, so I want to make sure it doesn't do a breakdown, flat bottom breakdown, you know, here. So I could have caught that. Another good trade there, $30 trade, missed it. But this is a little concerning since we're short biased. Wow, would have been good. I would have already cashed out. It wouldn't be in this trade, but it would have been good to catch it. It's still showing us that it's recoiling. Strike and recoil. It just keeps showing us that's what it's doing. 22. Do I take the chance or is it going to bust the flat bottom? I'll go for it. It took too long to fill. It would have been a better trade there, but I mean, this fib could be where we want to start going short, and short biased off that 46 cents. I mean, it is recoiling down too, so I'm going to look at that too. Wow. I'll go for it. It is making a move up, so I got to be careful. Okay, 93. So yeah, that worked. But I kind of feel like it's going to do a much bigger retracement here. Kind of feel. Is that definitive? I kind of feel. Let's take a look at this. I want to take a look at this bigger picture for a minute because I'm getting caught up, I think, in the micro data, and I feel too confident at those levels, and I just want to make sure what we're looking at here. So we're kind of where it peaked over here, right near the opening, 15 minutes in. That's what that historical data smooth level is. So the chance that it goes that far down again is much slimmer, honestly. This looks like a good bottom the way it's been trading. So now we had a lower high, a lower high, a lower high. So it could pound down. Kind of curious to see if this breaks the 63 going up. It's very slow. I just wanted to get some bigger data there for us. Okay. Definitely Recoil's working. This price coming in below the magnet it's not what you think, because it's above the price, but it's below the mean average price. So when people see the bulk of the shares go down, then they're less likely. But now this is a good sign. So that it's going to keep going up. You can see the RSI sent it down. That's the relative strength index buy-sell oscillator. That's what the red arrow is right there. And the MACD sent it up. That's EMA crossover. So we have conflicting messages, which is typical for the way this price action is moving, which is perfect for the strike and recoil, because you're getting both. You're getting the recoil both ways. I'm going to take the 50 cent there and hope it doesn't break down. It breaks up. Let's see. It broke down. It's coming back. All right, so I'm past the recoil, so now it's just a scalp, so this is dangerous. Yeah, it's hurting me now. This is a setup for me to get destroyed, because if I add to it down here and then it breaks, yeah, this is a bad setup right now. So I'm not going to add immediately. I'm going to wait a second and see if I have to take a hit here. So I was getting confident there, and that's what happens. Now the RSI is saying go back up. It needs to stop right there, or I'm in trouble. Again, it is slowly pounding down, so I am definitely, I took a chance to go long here. I could have got out for like almost even money right there. Come on, baby, show us something. Show us something new. Let's go up. Big bang, up. All right, I just want to get out of this trade, reassess. Can you get me any green here? No. The other way. All right, I'm not going to pass up the opportunity for like even money if it gives it to me again. It actually gave me a swale up as I sold. So we broke this. So we're pretty much even now for the day. What's our time? Okay, so we passed the other. What do you guys want to do? Okay. They have 500 and 1,000 shares, and they're following me that way. So I'll stay a little longer, guys. All right, so let's look at the... I'm going to keep it low for everybody. You should be able to do this on your margin. But obviously you need to do what you need to do. All right, so we're going for the recoil down now because we broke that 63. That is the level it's been stopping at constantly. And we got to 326, so that's good. Again, just be ready to react fast if it's breaking it. Make sure you've got your level set up, like how far you will go above it. Whoa, that just, oh, I just lost sight of it. Okay, sorry. There's the 63. And then, you want to, it would, depending on your share size, you probably wouldn't want to see it go by 63.50 if you've gone short, we're right at the magnet level. We're right at the VWAP. This is a rejection level, and I'm actually going to sell at it. So I got it at pretty good, not a bad position, 24, unless it just breaks out here. So looking for a bigger dip for me, we'll take that. What did I get that at? So 46, 346. Again, I just played the levels and the VWAP, and the market magnet's going to pull it down here. So this is a ceiling, 63 even, historical data, and a VWAP, and the market magnet. And you can see that red arrow is relative strength index. These are all telling you it's going to turn around. Indicators are no joke. These things work. You just can't 100% count on it. Okay, so here it goes. It's going up higher. So this is very tempting to me. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. So I got that at 34. I like that position. I like that position a lot. I want to see this pull back quite a bit. Like back to 63 would be wonderful. We'll take that. So we got 367 now, and we're just printing money now. We're just making money. It's a great green day. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing good. Glad you could see the recovery live here. Market's still up on the 5-minute. You can see QQQ, SPY, TLT, everything's going up on short term. Let me look at the scanners and see, like here is the, here is a large cap mover scanners. So you can see the SPY is up $1 now. The QQQ is up $2. NVIDIA's up $1. Here's the one I have my swing on. It's got a long way to go, but it's even money. AMD, I think 200's a buy, so 190 is amazing buy. It's a down $1. But the market is kind of swaling up now. So playing Apple short could be risky. Right now we're $1. I didn't look at Apple, but from the open, here's Apple. So we're like we're 50 cents down from the open. That's another reason why this is a level. That's the opening level right there. So yeah, 363.48 right here is the opening level. It went off that like it was touching a flame, right? It just burnt right there at the open where it had opened. Like, we're not supposed to be going up, we're going down, So, but I love it when I find them where they're so easy to call. It's like taking candy from a baby. Oh, okay. Charlie just popped up on another Zoom here. How are you even doing that? Ah, you're in the studio. Okay. What do we want to do, guys? Okay. We're going to call this a day here. I hope it was good for everybody. Be careful trading on. Make sure that you're keeping your share size manageable. And, definitely want to be careful and go green out there. And, yeah, we came back, which is wonderful. By just willpower of finding the right stock that was doing a perfect strike and recoil strategy. Made a nice $367 here, overall green for the day, and it's just been a great day. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I will see you in the morning. If I don't see you before, look for my alerts. Although I do put on that billboard video. Don't get annoyed. It's actually working big time. And it is what you're supposed to do with YouTube, even though it might seem counterintuitive, but it is actually what you're supposed to do. Is what all the pros that work with me say. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, guys, go green out there.